The South African Correctional Services Workers Union wants those who gave an inmate access to a cell phone to be investigated and punished. This comes after a video went viral on social media showing an inmate boasting about free education, free rental and free food. Alude Jizana is the media officer for the SA Correctional Services Workers Union and joins me now. Alude, appreciate your time this afternoon. What was your initial reaction upon seeing the video of the inmate bragging about his comfortable life in prison?
Hi, thank you so much for having me. The first reaction was that these inmates are undermining the hard work that our correctional officers put out there, those correctional officers who work with integrity. That was my reaction to the video.
So what's your reaction to those correctional service workers who don't work with integrity? Because I'd imagine that there's got to be an officer who knows fully well that a cell phone was getting into the system and allowed it to pass through to this individual.
That is correct, but if some of the officers are indeed corrupt, we're going to make sure that we work closely with the Department of Correctional Services to save this issue by eliminating those officers with corruption.
Now, how do you think videos like this will impact the public perception of correctional officers and their ability to maintain order and security within prisons? And I think we're going to go back a few months to the issue of Thabo Bester, one such individual who made a huge amount of money on social media in the comfort of a cell in one of the prisons.
The video poses danger to the public, and they view correctional services facilities as the playground for inmates to play influences. And I think that is very wrong. It doesn't only affect the public, but also especially correctional officers who work hard to enforce rehabilitation for inmates.
So when we look at this particular situation, what is it that,
yes,
that irks the South African Correctional Services Workers Union? Is it the fact that this individual had a cell phone or the issues that he spoke about?
I think both, because having a cell phone, first of all, is against the law. So we tend to ask ourselves how he got hold of the cell phone inside the facility. So I think that is really an issue, most importantly.
And the issue of the quality of life that he's enjoying in prison, what are your comments on that?
That one is very wrong. It's false. There's no such thing as soft life in the correctional facilities.
But is soft life not, I suppose it's one of those terms that's relative, right? Because he says he gets education, right? He says he gets 3 meals a day. He has a bed to sleep on. Is that information incorrect?
No, it's not correct. We do provide food for inmates, which is one of the amendments and obligations that we have to follow as the correctional officials who work in prisons and the Department of Correctional Services.
Now, in your view, what steps do you think can be taken to ensure that the primary focus of correctional facilities remains on the rehabilitation of inmates?
I think the law must play its part, and most importantly, us as unions have to work closely with the Department of Correctional Services, because when we join hands, we are able to eliminate corruption and such issues in our department.